What's up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you my WWE Monday Night Raw for tonight's episode. Let's get started with this one. You know, the opening segment for its talking points was a pretty solid opening segment, I will say that. My one gripe about the opening segment was Seth Rollins being a little bitch. But at the end of the day, it was just kind of like, even though this opening segment did feature Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose a lot, it just reminded me how much the Breakfast Club truly does rule the WWE. Because at the end of the segment, when Seth Rollins is trying to get Dean Ambrose to get that Money in the Bank briefcase, John Cena comes out. And it's like, Triple H, you have taught Mr. Cena well. You have taught Cena how to politic very, very well. Get yourself into that main feud, John Cena. The hot feud right now is Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Hell, you have nothing to do. Brock Lesnar may not be on Hell in a Cell, so force your way into that Ambrose and Rollins feud, Cena. Force your way into it. Grab all the great heat that this Rollins and Ambrose feud has. Grab all the great stuff these two men are doing and force your way into this damn feud. God, Cena has learned well from Triple H to force his way into this fucking feud. That was the one thing that took me away from this opening promo segment. Even though the talking points were good, even though I felt it was a solid way to kick off Raw, at the end of the day, it revolved around what the fuck John Cena was going to do in this feud. Hello, everybody. This is the Biggie over here, Chase's dog. You may notice me from the Q&As, laying on this bedspread sometimes. And Chase, he told me he's done talking about the women's of wrestling. He thinks all the diva feuds are bad. Well, guess who loves these beautiful women of wrestling? Biggie does. And B-I-G-G-I-E will talk about these beautiful women. Because these women, they can't resist me. Anyways, let's get started. Rosa Mendes and Layla. Let me just say this. When is my girl Rosa Mendes going to pick up a win? I'm sick and tired of my girl Rosa Mendes losing all the time. The girl's been in the company for 6 years. That's 42 years in dog years, people. She needs to be winning some matches. So please, WWE, give my girl Rosa a win before her career's over. Thank you. Anyways, moving on to the Bella Twins feud. Now, yes, this feud is not entertaining worth a damn, but I don't give a shit. Seeing two hot Latina Italian women battle is my type of thing. And let me tell you something. Brie was looking fine tonight. Brie, you can enter Brie mode on me any time of the week. Brie Bella looked amazing. Eva Marie looked amazing. And Cameron, don't get me started on Cameron. That girl is just beautiful. Anyways, other diva action. AJ Lee taking on Alicia Fox. I like that Paige and Alicia Fox are now friends. It's like a little Oreo. It's like a half of an Oreo. You just took off the top. Let me tell you, I would like to lick that Oreo, if you get what I'm saying. But this is good development in the Paige and AJ Lee feud, which seems like it will last until the end of the year. Well, anyways, guys, I'll see you next week to talk about the divas. But for now, just appreciate these beautiful women in wrestling just like I appreciate them. Biggie out. The IC title triple threat match was a solid match. Dolph Ziggler ends up retaining here. The Miz got pinned, and Cesaro got distracted and lost, which means they're going to be continuing a Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro feud. A feud the IWC is going to love no matter how bad it is, just for the mere fact they are going to see Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro one-on-one in the middle of the ring. So at Hell in a Cell, IWC rejoice. Because even though John Cena could be potentially ruining an epic Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose inside of Hell in a Cell, you will have that rebound known as Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm just going to come to accept the fact Sheamus will never turn heel. He won't. He just won't turn heel. Why, WWE? Why? Why ruin such a good superstar? Why can't you just turn fucking Sheamus heel already? Seriously, the WWE. Why do you want to waste a push on a fucking bunny? You could be pushing other characters on the roster, but you want to push a character called The Bunny. It's not even have a classic name. It's not like Mike the Bunny or Jack the Bunny. Hell, maybe even Chase the Bunny. At least I would like this scene a little bit more. But no, it's just The Bunny. And you want to waste your time pushing this. No one cares about a Slater Gator feud with the Bunny and Adam Rose. and no one gives a shit that Hornswoggle is now a little alligator. Oh god, this was by far the worst moments of Monday Night Raw, no questions asked. One thing that I loved about Raw tonight is, finally, Luke Harper is getting a singles push. It seemed like it by this promo that they did with Bray Wyatt, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I really liked this promo segment that they did. The video package was really, really awesome. So I'm saying to myself, man, if this leads to Luke Harper doing some good shit in the mid-card division, I'm all for it. I've been a huge Luke Harper fan ever since I saw some of his work down in developmental. I said to myself, once this guy separates from the Wyatt family, he could be a big deal for the company. And this dude, he's going to cause some damage as long as he avoids anyone in the Breakfast Club. So you know what? Go get him, Luke Harper. I support you. And especially if that means Eric Rowan's off our TV. Thank fucking God. Dean Ambrose is muddy. Oh my fucking god. This dude is just hilarious to fucking watch. His promo, Ambrose Live. I was laughing so hard, especially when Jamie Noble, my boy, and Joey Mercury were walking down the ramp. And then freaking Ambrose was all like, hey look, they sent the Cruiserweight division after me. Ambrose is just money on the mic. This Ambrose Live segment was good shit. It was fun. This is what I talk about in wrestling. Having fun fucking segments. Not these long, boring, serious segments all the time. These fun fucking segments that you can get into the show that make the show feel like it's worth the money going to. I mean, hell, those Chicago fans must have been happy they were getting free fucking t-shirts by Dean Ambrose. I mean, this was some fun, interactive stuff. The only thing I have to complain is the little slime time crap when Rollins opens up the briefcase and he got slime on his face. That's the only thing I could really complain about. I don't know, it just felt a little bit too kiddish to me. But if you liked it, that's good, that's fine. It's just to me it felt a little bit too kiddie. But I really did enjoy this segment. And it really is such a shame that John Cena is entering the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins feud. Really, Brock Lesnar, you couldn't postpone hunting for Hell in a Cell. You really, whatever. Good stuff by Dean Ambrose here tonight. I'm just saying this right now. Rusev has to be the best booked character by the WWE this whole fucking year. And I'm not talking about the most exciting character or the most entertaining character or the most interesting character. But if you look at the booking of Rusev this whole year, he's been booked well. They haven't fucked this dude up whatsoever. They've done a great job booking Rusev. I mean, he's not a joy to watch. It's not like when I see Rusev on TV, I'm like, oh, sweet, it's Rusev. But fuck, for booking standards, they've done a pretty solid job with Rusev. He's been consistent. He's the most consistently booked character by the WWE this whole fucking year. And you know, this Big Show feud, it makes sense for him to feud with Big Show. And I'm fine with him feuding with Big Show. I think this would make sense for a feud, and I can't wait to see him and Big Show go. Because Big Show, whether you like him or not, the dude can still perform at a very high rate. The dude can still perform at a high rate. And I just got to say this to you, Big Show. Props to you, man. You'll always find a way to get a big-time fall feud. Ever since Big Show's been in the WWE, just think of all the fall times that the WWE has had during the fall. How many big feuds can you remember Big Show was a part of? Big Show has been a part of many big feuds during the fall time, and this guy finds a way to do a good job in all of them. So you know what? Props to you, Big Show. I can't wait to see what they do next week for Rusev and Big Show. I felt this segment was pretty solid. Big Show was actually nice on the microphone, and I liked that he ripped down the flag. I was worried if he ripped down that flag with too much strength that shit would fall on him. Thank God that didn't happen. But this was a nice, solid segment on Monday Night Raw. Keep up what you're doing with Rusev and Big Show, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next week. Hello, everybody. Chase's alter ego here. Chase Boliver. And I am the #1 Boliver in the YWC. Now it's time for me to talk about your hero and mine, Bo Dallas. Let me tell you guys something. Bo Dallas, what he was doing tonight was an inspirational thing. He was trying to help Mark Henry become more of a believer. He was trying to make Mark Henry get back to his winning ways, just like he helped Jack Swagger. But Mark Henry, I guess he can't take constructive criticism. I guess this guy doesn't like listening to winners in life because this guy his whole life has been a loser. And he has proven that his whole career and everything that he has done. After the match, when Bo Dallas clearly beats him, all of a sudden Mark Henry's pissed off. He didn't even want to listen to what Bo Dallas has to say. He has to beat him up backstage. Seriously, Mark, this is why you're a loser. This is why you got nothing done in your whole career.
Just face it, Mark. You've always been a loser. Look at the Olympic Games. Silver medalist? Really? In powerlifting? If you're not first, you're the worst. Hell, I'm an Olympic gold medalist, Mark. It's true. Look it up. 2004 Athens Games speedwalking. Chase Boliver, former Olympic gold medalist. And I won that gold medal off a hurt toe. I did. I won it off a hurt freaking toe. So, Mark Henry, I'm better than you. And not only that, let's look at your wrestling career, Mark. So pathetic. No one even remembers you as Mark Henry. They rather remember you as Sexual Chocolate or Ms. Zark Henry. No one even wants to call you by your real name. Not only that, people won't even remember the time that you impregnated an old woman with a hand. That's right, Mark. You impregnated an old woman with a hand. You're so much of a loser that you can't even have a baby come out of an old woman. Not only that, people didn't care about you until 2011. The Hall of Pain was such a boring gimmick. No one cared about the Hall of Pain, people. Hall of Pain was terrible. That's why everybody was so excited when Daniel Bryan, yes, cashed in on your fat ass. Let's just face it, Mark. You can't get anything done. You've always been a second-rate loser. And until you start listening to Bo Dallas trying to teach you how to believe, you won't be anything in your life. You will always be second best, and you will always be a big, fat loser. It's just the bottom line and truth. Well, anyways, guys, I got that off my chest. Sorry if I said any harsh language. I'm not used to it, but Mark Henry just made me so angry. But anyways, guys, remember, everything the WWE does is awesome. Everything! All you gotta do is believe!
The main event match featuring John Cena and Dean Ambrose taking on Randy Orton and Kane. I was like, who fucking cares? When Triple H announced this earlier in the night, I was like, really? It's like a lazy-ass main event. It really is lazy with a predictable, lazy DQ finish. Like, seriously, we can't have a clean finish in the main event anymore? Is that, like, physically impossible by the WWE to have? I'm just asking for a clean finish. I'm not asking for much WWE. But anyways, really all I could say about this is at least, oh my fucking god, the heels look strong at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the heels look powerful. Seth Rollins and freaking Randy Orton and Kane, they beat down on John Cena and Dean Ambrose. Ambrose and Cena, they're not baby faces who want to work well with each other. They have their own agendas. They both hate each other, as you saw where Ambrose threw John Cena out of the ring. This ending segment was pretty damn good. The match itself, I did not care about the match. I was tuning in and out of the match, in all honesty. But the ending segment with these guys, I felt was good stuff. You know, make the heels look dominant. Make them look strong. You know, I like that when the WWE does that. So I can't complain too much about the ending segment. I like that the authority stood tall at the end of the day. Overall, this week's episode of Monday Night Raw was a pretty average episode. This was much better than the few Raws we have been getting. Is it better by much? No, I wouldn't say so. I don't think it's better by much, but it was definitely a much easier watch. I was definitely more entertained by some of the stuff I was watching tonight, if not mildly entertained by most of this stuff. At least the first hour kept me entertained for the most part. Some stuff in the second hour kept me entertained. I felt the third hour was a complete train wreck, but the ending segment got me back into it. So really, to be honest, an average episode of Monday Night Raw tonight. But what did you guys think about Monday Night Raw? Comment down below your thoughts on anything related to Monday Night Raw. If you guys like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68. Check out my website, Chilling with Chase. Don't forget to follow Chase Boliver on Twitter. And welcome Biggie, my Puggle, to the channel, as he's going to be covering all things WWE Divas from now on. I'll see you all next time. Peace.